Hi, welcome. This is In Between Two Ferns with Mollie Simmons and Torres.
Never really materialized, but at around 10 a.m. local time here in Ventura County, right off the 101 freeway, this brush went up in flames.
One of the worst oil spills in U.S. history brought Americans images of blackened beaches, dying wildlife, outrage, and betrayal.
This morning, residents of Jackson, Mississippi are weathering some of the state's worst flooding in decades.
400-mile wide storm moving up the coast of Florida, making a second landfall on Marco Island.
Look at this. This is just incredible.
The hurricane then moving slightly up the coast, hitting us here in Naples after 4 p.m.
Climatic change is a huge issue in our society. The melting of the ice caps, rising sea levels. It's really scary. I think we need to make an effort to end climate change.
So I'm assuming that you think sea level rise is an issue right now?
I think at this point in time, we've put a lot of CO2 into the atmosphere and other things, and I think it's pretty hard to fix it at this point, but if we commit, who knows what'll happen. We just have to start making changes now and don't wait for time to run out.
I think sea level rise is a problem right now and that we need to fix it right now.
I think that it's a problem in the near future, and I don't think people are taking the right precautions to deal with that kind of thing, because our cliff has fallen multiple times in Isla Vista and we feel unsafe. So obviously sea level rise is a problem for us.
Clearly with the cliffs falling, it is a problem. But I do think that we have time to fix it.
How much time do you think we have?
I'm not a scientist, I don't really know.
Just estimating.
Before it's irreversible and fixed.
Yeah.
Say 20 years.
What do you think is the biggest issue we face today?
Today, I would say it's the coronavirus and the containment of it. It's kind of a epidemic right now. It's getting infected, but
to unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency.
Today, after repeatedly downplaying the gravity of the coronavirus pandemic, President Trump declared a national emergency.
A growing number of schools across the tri-state area continue to either cancel classes or move to remote learning.
Unprecedented government controls have been enacted as countries try desperately to contain COVID-19.
Right now, it seems like the coronavirus is pretty huge. It's disrupted a lot economically, and it's kind of been destroying us lately in China lately. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing we face right now.
I think the biggest issue that we face today is the coronavirus and the fact that the government is not taking the necessary testing precautions, because it's affecting a lot of people, younger and older, and younger people are not getting tested.
What is your opinion on politics and the environment, and how are they linked together? How do you think?
I definitely think the politicians have a big impact on the environment and who's allowed to do what, and how corporations are allowed to emit CO2 emissions and whatnot. So yeah, they definitely have an impact on that.
My solemn duty to protect America and its citizens. The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
I think that they shouldn't be something that's divided by politic lines, like Republican and Democrat, because I feel like environmental problems they affect everyone. But sadly, they are very connected. Yeah.
So would you be more inclined to vote for someone that has stronger economic beliefs or more environmental?
I would probably lean. It would depend on other policies too. Depending if the person with economic doesn't care about the environment, then obviously I would vote for the environmentalist. But then if the environmentalist wants to raise taxes a whole bunch and do all that, then I would vote for the economic. it all depends.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're definitely linked, and like the choices that politicians choose to carry out do affect the environment. But yeah.
Would you vote for someone that has more economic values over environmental ones? Why?
I mean, I'm an econ major, so that's just kind of how my brain works.
I think politics needs to step in more and to control the environment and to affect it and to direct people on how it would be affected the most into creating and fixing problems.
Even though we're dealing with difficult environmental, social, and political adversaries, people are fighting for what they believe in by coming together and protesting for revolutionary change that will make our world a better place.
Yesterday, when we were at the AQMD, we saw fracking happening literally 10 feet away from people's houses. They had people in hazmat suits wearing respiratory gear 10 feet away from children's bedrooms.
I think efforts definitely have to come both from like communities and like higher officials or like state institutions, because not only is it important that like we all kind of like set an example for each other and like like motivate and like push each other to like change in our ways, but also like those higher officials will set an example and they're like in a higher position to have like more power, more influence in like what they say, like how it can reach people and what it can like lead them to do. But I think it's really important because like if these environmental changes that we want to reach are made the norm, like that's the only way that it can be made the norm, if like everybody else is doing it, and like also like it'll like make others conform to that. So yeah, that's my take on it.